ladies and gentlemen, lo and behold, the laziest action figure known to man. Now, I don't know if you guys are saying, what does this have to do with Rebellious Teen February? Well, my mom always complains that I have too much of these things, so let me just set the camera. All right. Well, my mom always complains that I have too much of these action figures. I mean, no, I don't. I mean, I still have. I mean, I have this guy around. I made a video about him. I made this handsome devil. But anyways, what makes this action figure really good compared to this piece of crap? Alright, let's start off. First off, look. I'm not even going to try, but look. This person's ankles are so easy to move that when you try to stand him, he won't even look, see, hold on, let me try. See, they're so loose that you can't even stand him still. See what I mean? Alright, let's see when I try with him. Alright, let's see. See, it doesn't look. And for those of you guys who are saying, oh, it's because you're not taking good care of this figure, look. Let me see. Plant his feet down. Voila, look, see, he moves. But that is only a miracle because this guy, you can't even stand him still. See, look at that, see? See what I mean? You can't even make this figure stand. You need of course, you need the McFarlane stand to make him not fall off whenever you're trying to pose him. But I don't think a figure should need a stand in order to. And look, need. If you want, yes, you can. You can. If you want to use the stand, yes, you can. But why? Like imagine you just want to play with your figures and you want to make them stand still and you're like, oh, I need the stand. Let me just find it for a bit. No, that just takes away the imagination. Also, if you're making a video, that should make it highly contrast. And now, again, this figure can stand on its own. See, it doesn't even need a stand despite it has holes in the feet. See, this is what I mean. If you want to make him go stand up in a stand, you can. But at least you don't need a stand for support you don't need a stand for support all the time, for stability. And now another thing, without pins, you can do a bunch of stuff. And I'm not gonna hate on this figure just because it has pins, but look at the mobility. See, look at the mobility this figure has. Making him be in a bad pose is almost impossible. I mean, it is really easy, but if you're really trying, you can really make it. You get my point. But look at this guy. If you want to try to get him in a good pose, sure you can do this, but look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but look. The top hinge and the bottom hinge move. This guy can only move the bottom hinge. Look at this. One of the worst part is this one is kind of easy to move, while this one is just hard. It can barely move this one. Like, this knee can barely move. Look, this one moves fine. This one, it's really hard to move. And also, you can also, look at this. Look, see? Drop down hips. See, look how far he can go up. Look how far his foot can go up. Look how far his foot can go all the way up. Now look at this dude. Let me just take off these bombs that I put on his belt. The dude can't even move his foot all the way up. And don't even get to start on this foot, which has these rubber bands in here so he can only move his left foot this high. That isn't even like 1 inch, 1 millimeter from the ground. And also, for those of you saying, oh, it's because you only want to hate on DC. I'm not. Listen, DC, in my opinion, has made great figures. I can't exactly say which one, so hate me for that. But I remember seeing my cousin have a Batman figure that was so freaking amazing, that it had so many accessories. I remember him spending saving all 6 months trying to get that figure. But I should mention, if you hear noises, that's just the ice falling down from my roof, as I mentioned in my why I haven't made videos. Now, the reason why, now, I know there are some DC figures, but they're not made by the same thing, but they're not by the same toy brand. This is made from Hasbro, this is made from McFarlane, which no wonder why it's lazy. But at least Hasbro puts effort, sometimes, into what these characters look like. This is exactly, not exactly, this is blue. But anyways, at least Hasbro back then cared about how the figures looked. Look, this is a very sleek, amazing design, and it has a nice texture. Now in here, the textures can be nice and all, but this is not how the Arkham Knight looks like in the Batman video game. It is so lazy. Look at it. Well, the parts that are supposed to be dark, that are supposed to be glossy blue, aren't glossy blue. His helmet is black. His helmet is not black in the video game. It is a screen filled with red, white, and blue screen effects to make it look like he is looking everything at a screen. This mofo looks like he's wearing a helmet with lights on it. This is not how he looks like. It is so, the design is so freaking lazy. They didn't even try. They just say, oh, let's make the parts with colors black. Listen, the reason why I'm mad at this is because not everyone can afford, not everybody can afford Rebel Tech figures. Not everybody can afford Mayfix figures. Not everyone can afford SH Figuarts. So for poor action figure collectors like me, let me just show you how much money I have from my Velcro wallet. This is how much money I have. This is how much money I have. I'm lying that this is how much money I have, but listen, for $20, would you rather buy a figure that cares about how the figure looks like from its original appearance, give good design, and overall nice articulation? Or for $20, would you rather buy a figure that from a company that gives no craps about how it looks like, what the accessories are, and it doesn't even matter, it doesn't even care about what articulation it has, as long as the figure looks good and people will buy it, and they'll just scam your money, and they just scam you right from the top after you open this figure and check it out. And also, let's talk about accessories. Hasbro versus McFarlane. Again, for $20, would you rather buy a figure that not only looks good, but moves so good, then it also has a bunch of accessories? I already covered this if you already watched my review of the Amazing Fantasy. But he has a pair of fists, a plastic web that he can hold on to, wings that are open, closed web wings, 2 wall crawling hands, 2 web whip hands, and 2 hands that hold the web. For $20, would you rather buy a figure that has this many accessories, or would you rather have $20 for a figure that I've already mentioned has bad design and bad articulation, that only has 3 pieces of accessories, 2 of which are like the same thing? Now, don't even get me started on this gun. Why? I recall him having rifles, guns. What is this? I know it's supposed to be a grappling hook, but this is what you think of when you hear the Arkham Knight. Grappling hook, smoke bombs, and guy that has a suit that almost represents Batman. Again, I've said it 1,000 times. Would you rather pay $20 for a crappy figure with 2 accessories? For 2 accessories. I know there's 3, but it's just the same. Or would you rather buy a figure that I've already mentioned has good design, inside and outside, has a great amount of accessories that you can not only pose with but play with? Or would you rather buy a figure that has a bad design, bad mobility, and not even a great amount of accessories? Tell me, what would you do with these $20? Because I myself will buy this figure instead. Oh, and don't even get me started on what McFarlane figures think about female figures.